how to speed up the process of manifesting your desires. So first of all, as almost all such practices explain it, you need to clearly visualize your desire. But this is only the beginning and the simplest part. Of course, there is a difficulty here. You have to do it regularly, consistently, over time. But this is not as difficult as staying emotionally uplifted and mentally balanced during the waiting period. Another important part is observing your thoughts, which I've already talked about before. For many people, this is not an easy task either, to clear the mind of negativity and try to allow only positive or at least neutral thoughts. Of course, we are not robots and we react to external triggers. But as the ancient sages said, the most important thing is not to let an unwanted thought take root. Cut it off immediately. Replace it with other thoughts you have prepared in advance. And I can tell you this, even this practice alone, the practice of controlling thoughts, can bring powerful results. I've experienced this personally. There is also one of the strongest factors, almost the most important aspect, in whether your desire will come true at all. This same factor can determine how long it takes, or whether the goal is reached. It is about what you are truly ready for, what you are worthy of, and what you are not yet. Whether this desire is something you genuinely need, or whether it would bring harm to your soul, because the mind seeks comfort and convenience. But for the soul, what truly matters is growth and forward movement on a spiritual level. And comfort of the mind does not always align with the growth of the soul. This usually applies to desires that are very large or unlikely to come true easily. So how can you understand this? Let me give you an example. Imagine a young man living in the slums, dreaming of earning $1 million, while making only $10 a day. What are the chances of saving $1 million? Especially when he can't save all $10. He still has to live. So what can he do to at least move closer to that goal? Of course, he has to start changing himself and asking the right questions. What is my first step? What will it give me? What am I good at? How can I use that? What can I offer people? Work, homework, home. That's everyday routine. Of course, unless it's work you truly love. But that's a separate topic. And let's be honest, no matter how much he visualizes that $1 million, if he doesn't start taking action, the result is unlikely. So how do you create the plan that actually leads to success? And the first thing to start with, as I've said before, is clearing your mind of negativity. Put aside haste, fear, resentment, and everything like that. Sometimes, after clearing the mind, desires and goals can change. A person may realize that what truly matters in life is something completely different, and perhaps that's exactly why they are in the situation they are in right now, because that situation is leading them to an important realization. After all, not everyone is meant to be a millionaire, but everyone, however, wants to be happy. Many people believe that material wealth will give them happiness, and yes, it can significantly increase the chances of a happy life, but it also requires wisdom. How many friends will appear? How many people in love? How many asking for help? With wealth, it becomes harder to see people's true intentions, and this is where the saying applies. Sometimes, dreams are meant to remain dreams. So what do we know for sure? For a desire to come true, additional action is required. Sometimes it's courage or persistence. Sometimes long-term effort and hard work. There are many paths to a goal, and everyone's conditions are different. And I'll add one thing from myself. Try to do at least one conscious good deed every day. It strengthens your energetic protection. By helping others, you help yourself. And finally, if you happen to find a book called Dreamer When Aeronauts by Dan Genovi, you'll find many ideas like these described within it. At first glance, it may seem like a simple story, but for those seeking deeper understand of the mysteries of existence, it reveals profound meanings. In certain moments, I wish everyone kindness and meaningful self-development.